Hello everyone, my name is Nachiketa and welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to be talking about why I gave the GRE again. I initially scored 319 and I then got up to 332. And I've also talked about how you can score a 330 plus on the GRE in my previous videos. However, the reason I'm making this video is because a lot of you could be giving your GRE exam in the coming few months and also might be thinking about giving it a second attempt. So I'm going to walk you through what my thought process was and talk about scenarios where it could be feasible for you to give the GRE again as well. So let me tell you what happened with me. So I gave my first attempt on 4th of June, and a week before that I had given a mock test in which I got a 330. So when the exam actually started, I still remember the first section was an RC, right? And the reading comprehension was literally so long I had to scroll a few times to reach till the end of the paragraph. And I remember that at that moment I had phased out. I like literally 2 or 3 minutes into the exam, I had realized that I was just staring at the screen and I had not really comprehended anything. So I started panicking. Then I looked at the question, I tried to find the answer in the paragraph, and I sort of started panicking. And the whole exam sort of went in a panic mode. Even when I was in the quant section, I was still thinking, did I get those RCs wrong? Did I mess up the vowel section? And when I got done with the exam, I got a 319. So 319 is actually a pretty good score. But because I had got already a 330 on the mock test, that is why I was a little disappointed. But if anyone gets 319, I would normally not recommend them to give the GRE again. A, because it's pretty expensive, and B, it's very likely that you'll not increase your score much in the second attempt as well. So you will see a lot of people who give the GRE again and might increase the score by 2 or 3 points. So let me tell you here that if you get a 319 or you get a 321, it's practically the same. So if you're giving the GRE again, you should target for a score increase of 5 to 10 points at least. And that takes around a month of preparation. So if you want to give the GRE again, you have to be ready and sure that you will be able to put another month of serious efforts. So I knew that I wouldn't have to do that because I had already got a better score on my mock test. But when I was done with the exam, I was so frustrated with those 4 hours of the GRE that I thought I won't go through this process again. So when I got done with the exam in June, I got busy with my internships and my college was going on. And mid-July, I thought of giving the GRE again. And here's why I thought it is important to give it, because you have to see what colleges you're targeting and what the average score over there is. So I was targeting colleges like Carnegie Mellon, Columbia, or NYU, and these colleges have an average GRE score of above 325. And now GRE alone is not important, right? It does not mean if you have a good GRE you'll get in, and even with a bad GRE score you can get in, but you have to understand your weaknesses. And I already had a lot of weaknesses on my profile. For example, I was applying for the Masters in Data Science program and I had a bachelor's in EC. That's already one weakness in my profile. Also, I did not have any work experience, which again reduces the strength of my profile. On top of that, my CGPA was average, right? It was not the top of the batch or anything amazing, and I was not from any of the IITs as well. So when you're competing for the top universities, you have to be critical of what your weaknesses already are, and I was aware of this, and that is why I couldn't afford an average GRE score on my profile, right? That is why I needed something that would give me a competitive advantage. That is why I had to give the GRE again. So if you're someone who has work experience, who has great academics, and then you're aiming for a college, then maybe if your GRE is bad, you can compensate in other places. But that is the reasoning why I thought a better GRE score would be necessary for me, especially if I'm applying for the data science program, being an EC fresher. So I gave the GRE again in August, and this time I did not study much, to be honest, because I had already prepared. And after mid-July, what I started doing was I started reading books, and this was the only change I made, and that is why I recommend other people do that as well, because I knew that RC was my weakness and my reading habit had gone. That's why between the month of July and August, I completed around 4 to 5 books. I basically read finance and self-development books. But the goal is that you have to get into the reading habit. So I did that, and I had already completed the vocabulary. I just revised that again and again. And for the maths part, I just went to the Magoosh platform and I practiced only hard and very hard questions. You can set the filter in that. So I practiced those math questions for around half an hour a day. And when I gave the test in August, I was able to get a 332 score, and I was pretty satisfied with that. So that was my story, and that is why I wanted to put this out there. If you are someone who's thinking of a second attempt, be ready to put in at least another month of efforts. Do not just give it again and expect a 5 or 10 points increase. Second, only give the GRE again if you are far below the average GRE of your desired university, and if you already have a lot of weakness on your profile. If not, if your rest of the profile is good, do not waste time on the GRE and just go ahead with preparing the rest of your application. So that was all for this video. If you did like it, do like this video and subscribe to this channel, and I'll be bringing more related videos in the future, and see you in the next video.